Oh, you into fitness? Wrong place, right guy. I'm Scully, and this is the SoFly Zone. Everything you see here has been shot, edited, and uploaded from my phone so you can see what it's like day by day for an aspiring fitness model. So, let's go. Alright guys, Monday afternoon, heading home from work, and I should be excited. I booked my flight to Pittsburgh, so I got that out the way. Got me and my girl set up. She handled getting my hotel situated. We got a car rented, and so as I was doing that, I was like, okay, well, I need to get my spray tan out the way. I got that reserved. You have to put down like a deposit for that. And so as I'm doing all this, I'm like, okay, well, I got my sponsor. Let me see when I'm going to receive that payment so I can know, how much of this is going to be offsetting the cost. And of course, I didn't read the terms of the whole sponsorship. And it turns out I won't even get that money until like a month after I've been lean bulking, So it doesn't really help me out right now. And yeah, so on top of that, like I said, we had to kind of discuss what was going to go on with my nutrition, and I, sent them an Excel sheet showing, my weight. You can see my average weekly weigh-ins, my daily weigh-ins and all that stuff. Show them that my macros were causing me to lose weight and stuff like that. And the way he had it planned out is that I would have my normal day macros be the same, but on non-training days, we would drop it by 50 carbs, and we wouldn't have any refeed days. And we'd also up the cardio from 1 day a week to 2 days a week. So he's going to get fairly aggressive with my deficit, And, that was, normally that would be fine, but major part of, like, holding my relationship with my girl together is that we still have, like, our weekly sushi, we go out to eat once a week. And I think that really helps things, So I was like, look, can we either stay with the macros that I've been doing, because you can see they're working, or, we could do what you're saying, but I would almost rather just let's make every day what you have described as the low day for 275 carbs, and then let me have that 1 day a week where I have the higher carbs at 425. And he agreed to that. So that's, I'm glad he was willing to compromise, but, now my carbs are going to be a little bit lower day in, day out, you know what I'm saying? And so my carbs are going to be tight, my money's going to be a little tight, and I'm almost thinking, like, man, it's going to be nice to get reimbursed for this money, like, later on, but as of right now, I'm still in the same situation I would have been in if, I didn't have a sponsor. So, what's the point? Should I just tough it up, do it on my own, and, even if I don't work through their protocol and all that stuff like that, it's probably time for me to drop my carbs some anyway, but I'm sure their workout plan is going to be great and everything, but, I really like fat, and it's like one of those things where you're just kind of stuck in your ways, and it's, I don't know, I'm really on the fence about it. They're real, I don't know. So anyway, I'm driving home right now. I got their whole plan put into Jafit. They have a lot of, like, different reps, tempo schemes and stuff like that. Like, sometimes you got to do like a 4-second negative and do, all this stuff. So what I ended up doing was just make custom exercises for each one of the ones they have laid out. And that way, I don't have to bring a big packet of paper with me or a sheet of paper with me with everything described on it. I can just look at the exercise name and know, oh, okay, I'm supposed to use this rep tempo. I'm supposed to use this one, So hopefully that helps. And man, I just a lot hitting me at one time. So I'm kind of just thinking about what's gonna happen, what I should do. Maybe I should talk to him and just say, let's not worry about the sponsorship, or I don't know. But anyway, heading home right now. I gotta go pick up my bands and my shorts. I didn't bring any of that stuff with me. But I'll check in with y'all a little bit later on. Alright guys, home from the gym. I didn't do the strength guys program today because, like I said, I was dealing with that whole issue of not knowing whether or not, well, just dealing with the fact that I was gonna have to be coming up with all this money on my own, and so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it myself, and I was just down. I was hit with a whole bunch of stuff today. Like, I found out that Splenda brown sugar isn't calorie free. Shout out to the hot guy for letting me know. And it was just like, it seemed like one thing after another, like some other stuff happened, and then it just it got me down. But I always, it never takes me long to like break out of that, and I ended up emailing back and forth with Jason from the Strength Guys, and I think we've come to a compromise, so that might help things out a little bit. So anyway, came home after the gym, hurry up and put a video up on the channel. I did the natural versus enhanced one, and hopefully the response is good. If you haven't, go check it out. Thumbs it up, please. But yeah, I want to get into the questions, relationship questions from, I got a couple this morning actually. And so a lot of them I just kind of like answered within the comments, but there was two of them that I thought I could probably address. Maybe I had enough time. So I kind of like cut back on where I would normally record throughout the day to hopefully make time for these. So one of the questions was, what up Scully, I got a relationship question for you. My girlfriend and I just found out she's pregnant. We're 23 years old and she just finished school to become a teacher, but has yet to find a teaching job. She substitutes but isn't a full-time teacher yet. I didn't go to college, so my options are limited, it seems like, since I didn't, and she feels that her career is jeopardized because the kid is on the way. I guess my question to you is, what can I do to reassure that we'll be okay? I'm happy for the pregnancy, but she's in a suppressed state of mind that she went to school for nothing, and I feel like I'm at fault. I know you're not a pro at this, but someone else's insight on this would definitely help. Keep up the good work, bro. You definitely inspired me to live a drug-free lifestyle. Thanks for your question. See, with like this, like I'm only getting part of the story, but a lot of times, like from what I can see, is kind of like what's happening to me today. Like, you have your picture of the future and what's gonna happen, how the future is gonna be, and then something comes along and makes you realize it's going to be more difficult than you originally planned. And maybe it was a tough decision for her to decide that she wanted to become a teacher. Maybe she like, I know it's not the most lucrative job, I'm not going to be making all kinds of money, but it's something I have a passion for. I'll get to be around kids or young people. I'll be helping them learn. And, maybe she even factored that into like, I can put off having kids for a while because, the kids I teach will kind of be like my kids in a way, and then this happens, right? So it puts a shake on your grasp of reality and what you feel you have control over in life, right? And so people, their automatic responses to comfort, oh, it's going to be okay, it's going to be, but nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear it's going to be okay. You had this picture of how it could be, and you might have already been planning for it to be difficult, and now it's going to be even harder. So it's like, that's one thing that could be going on. I try to keep it real with y'all with these questions as much as I can. So what you need to do, of course, is tell her, give her a sense of control, help her get more of a sense of control, and let her know that no matter what she decides to do, you're behind whatever decision she wants to do. If she wants to give it up for adoption, or if she wants to get rid of it, no matter what, it's going to be hard decision. Even if you if she tries to take care of it and get rid of it, then she's gonna have to deal with that mentally. If she gives it up for adoption, she's gonna have to deal with that. If she keeps it, y'all gonna have to work together to raise it, and times are gonna be tough, But what I would say is, you can keep on, telling her it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. That's not really gonna help much. She's still gonna have to deal with this, and let her know. Just keep working and try to find a job. I've seen plenty of pregnant teachers, or new teachers that are pregnant, and they take their time off, and or maybe she should just substitute for the time being. Y'all stack up as much money as y'all can in the process. But besides all that, you need to. The thing that you can do is make some kind of step to try to better your situation in general. You know what I mean? And if she notices it and she asks, "Is this because of the baby?" Say no. Well, yes and no, because you see how worried she is and how concerned she is about this situation, and you don't want her to feel like that in the future. If this ever happens again, you want to be doing your part to make the decision less about obligation and we're stuck and this is going to be rough, and more about do we really want to have a baby, or do we want to go through this or whatever. You want to let her know that no matter what, whether times are good, times are bad, there's nobody else in the world that you would rather go through it with her, than her. And just try to be as comforting as possible in that aspect. Just make yourself to better yourself and better your situation, and let her know you're there for her no matter what happens. I don't know if this is a great explanation, but that's how I feel would at least comfort anybody. Y'all are a team, and a lot of times people are like, well, I'm there for you if times get rough, but you need to let her know if time gets good. If you were to win the lottery, you wouldn't want anybody else with you except her. You know what I mean? Y'all are a team, and make her feel that, So, like I said, ensure her that you're going to support her in whatever decision she wants to make. Let her know. Give her the sense of control that, look, this is up to you. I'm here for you. We can do this together. And like I said, make a step, show some kind of progress. Don't just make a big announcement saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and we're going to be okay with this. Just make the step. You know what I mean? If she asks about it, she asks. If she doesn't, she doesn't. But show your support in that way. And hopefully, I hope that helps. But like I said, just saying we're going to be okay or whatever, that doesn't really help, honestly. It just lets her know that the situation is not ideal. And whatever, just let her know. Keep working to have her teaching career, and if things don't pan out right away or before the kid comes, you'll deal with it as it comes. And yeah, okay. So next they had a question about what do you think is the best way to get over a broken heart and move on? Okay, so broken heart. So you're in a relationship and the person that you're with doesn't want to be with you anymore. They break up, and you got to realize that when this is going on, it's a lot harder for the person who gets broken up with. It's still hard for the person who's doing the breaking up, unless they just never liked you in the first place. But they've had time to mentally prepare themselves that, okay, this is what I want. We can't do this anymore for whatever reasons, and we need to move on, make a clean break. Maybe we can still be friends, all that stuff, whatever. For me, I always take everything as a reason to get better in general. Whether I'm going into a relationship, me and the person are coming together, that's a reason to get better. If me and a person are breaking up, going our separate ways, that's a reason to get better too. So everything is a reason to better yourself, And before you go into a relationship, you have to be okay on your own. You have to be alright with yourself as a person and gain that sense of self-worth that, no matter what, you're choosing to be with this person and you're trying to build something with them, but if for whatever reason they don't want to be with you anymore, as much as it hurts, as much as it you wouldn't like them to go. If they don't want to be there, you don't want them to stay. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be alright with yourself enough to not force somebody to stay with you. You know what I mean? That when you get to that point, not only does it make you a lot more attractive because, you know, you stand on your own, you stand up for yourself, but, you know, and also you need to know, you got to make sure that within the relationship that you're doing everything you can as a person to make that person want to stay. Like, if you're putting out the effort to try to make this person stay and they still want to go, then you have to be like, okay, look, I'm a good person, I'm doing my part, I'm trying to better myself, I have good qualities about myself, I like me. And if this person doesn't want to be with me anymore, as much as I wanted this to work, as much as I want us to be together, I'm not going to force them to stay with me. I'm not going to chain them down. And that's, like, a lot of this has to do with, like, I have a big, you know, self-proclaimed commitment phobia, because it seems like every level of commitment is more obligation. I want the person to be with me because they want to be there. I don't want anything holding them there. I don't want a title holding them there. I don't want, you know, I just want, we're having a good time together. We like being around each other. I enjoy your company. I want to do nice things for you. You make me feel great. I want that to be the bond that's holding us together. I don't want other things to be the reason why that's keeping you there, or, you know, you need me for this or that, or, you know, for whatever reason. And it's just to make me question, do you really like me, or are you only there because of those other obligations, or those other needs, you know? So, like I said, you have to become alright with yourself, and when these breakups happen, or you're heartbroken, you have to use it as motivation to like yourself more, because, you know, you're down, but if you don't have the self-worth enough to know that, look, this is for the best, this is for the, you know, I'm not going to hold this person here, then it really tells you something about yourself, you know? So, I hope that helped. Like I said, I have a different outlook on things, and, like, sometimes it's, like, not really what you want to hear. Some people want to hear, like, oh, just throw yourself into a hobby. Maybe, you know, that will make you better, but the underlying thing is deeper than that, you know? Relationships should be built on two whole individuals, and they should be together because they want to be there. When you start making steps, you need to make sure that that is in place before you start putting obligations on each other. Before you have a kid and y'all have a bond that's going to keep y'all together regardless of whether y'all like each other or not anymore, you know, you need to have, that's why it's so important to have that foundation in place. The want to be with each other, you know, you like being around each other, y'all are truly friends. If you won the lottery, you want this person with you. You know, that's one way I like to think of it. Like, there's people who are together because, you know, oh man, when times were rough, she did this for me or he did that for me, and, you know, it's like this sense of obligation, you know, like, I know that if times are bad, that they have my back. But if times were really, really good, would you still want that person there? That's the real I feel like that's the real determining factor on whether you should build something more with somebody else. So, anyway, I know there was a lot of rambling and a lot of you-knows and a lot of whatevers, but I tried, guys. So, if you want to keep this up in the future, let me know. If these answers were helpful, let me know. And I think that's going to be it for tonight. Like I said, go check out that video that I put up on OU Into Fitness, and check in with y'all tomorrow.